Welcome to day 3 of this 10-day lead guitar challenge where we're learning 10 simple lead lines and looking at 10 techniques that are going to bring forward your guitar playing, especially if you've never played lead guitar before, but you do have a good amount of experience playing songs, strumming chords, and you've been doing that for a while, but you want some help with electric lead guitar. In this video, we're going to be looking at the technique of string bending, which is probably the most essential thing that's really specific to lead guitar playing. We have to bend strings in a very specific way to make sure that we don't hurt our hand, to make sure that we're getting it to sound right. But this is also perhaps the most expressive technique and the thing that's the most awesome thing, gives the most awesome sounds with lead guitar playing. So don't miss this one, and we're going to be learning a very easy solo by the band Nirvana a little later in this video. But before we do that, I do want to mention that this whole series and this 10-day challenge is a little bit of a promotion as to what to expect from my full premium lead guitar syllabus, which is available at andyguitar.co.uk and also on the Andy Guitar app. Obviously, there is a lot to learn if you really want to learn lead guitar and really play your favorite, guitar solos, and you want more help with different lead guitar techniques, scales, licks, and learning how to put all this stuff together. I have put all that together for you in my lead guitar courses. We currently have them presented as lead guitar 1, 2, and 3. I'll leave links to those courses down in the description below. And lead guitar 1 also has a Kurt Cobain player study where we're looking further into Kurt Cobain's kind of lead guitar solo technique. So as I say, those links are down in the description below. Let's start by having a look at the technique of string bending. Okay, so first of all, we're going to look at this technique of string bending, which is this. This is where we pick a note and then we bend it up. And here we're bending it up a full pitch, so a whole step bend. And we're going to talk about what that means as well. So we want to play the 9th fret of string 3 with the 3rd finger. But we're going to support this, which means put down other fingers, and we're going to put down the 2nd finger and the 1st finger to have what I've heard called, or Paul Gilbert calls, the giant 1st finger. We want these 3 fingers to act like 1 finger. Little finger's not going to get used, but keep it somewhere close by. Try not to have it sticking out or anything. We need our thumb on top because we need something to push up against, but really we're not going to push up at all. What we're going to do is twist or pivot around this thumb. This is the technique point that we need. So we're aiming for this 9th fret, but think about this for a second. Imagine you're going in for a handshake with your chord playing hand, with your fretting hand, to the guitar neck. That is what we need to do first of all. Go in for that handshake, and how you kind of grip the guitar neck like that, that is exactly what we do, but we do it very lightly. My thumb is just sat on top, and I also have purchased just about here. We then fret string 3, fret 9, support with the middle and 1st finger, and just try and do this in a comfortable manner. Get used to these positions. Have the elbow into the side, fingers curled over right on their tips as you normally would, but we're still in that kind of handshake position, which puts our fingers on this angle as well. This is so important. My fingers are pointing towards my strumming hand's shoulder. Okay, so now let's think about actually what we do to bend this string. Now what we do, this is really important, keep your fingers still. Keep your fingers perfectly still and move your wrist up, which sort of causes this pivot to happen. Now, the string's not moving at the moment because I'm keeping my fingers loosey-goosey, but I'm just keeping them relaxed and keeping them still. Now, this is a really important thing. If I had my fingers totally kind of stiff like this, gone in for that handshake, this is what would happen. And this is exactly the thing that we want to happen, but it's not as exaggerated as that. It is this. Now, watch this again. You're going to see my wrist come up above the guitar neck and then back down, and that's exactly what we want to happen because that is what is happening to bend this string. That wrist is coming up and then back down like that. So my wrist is down low, basically level, it's not really bent at all, and then the wrist moves up and the fingers move with it. That is the correct string bending technique. And we're using finger 1, 2 and 3 all as one giant finger to push it up together, and just keeping that little finger just right next to it like this. We do need a good amount of chord playing and rhythm guitar playing experience for you to have the strength of your fingers to be able to do this. It is strength of very small muscles and ligaments in your fingers, and really your fingers, as I say, are staying still, and it's your wrist that's moving up in this kind of fashion. It's just twisting of the wrist. How much do we twist and how high does this string have to go? Well, we're wanting the sound of 2 frets higher than that note, which is about here. It's almost hitting string 5, but just not quite. We're definitely pushing string 4 up as well. And when you push this string 3 up, just think about kind of pushing it up and holding the strings. You know, don't let the other strings all slip behind like this. Try and keep them just in between. Try and get them just to sit on the top of your fingers like this. Once we're comfortable with that, we are looking for that sound. A whole tone sound, which is the same note as the 11th fret on string 3. I'll leave a link below to some more help with string bending, but to play the riff itself, there's a couple of ways to play the riff itself. The first way would be to slide with the first finger from the 4th fret to fret 7, and then hit the 3rd finger down, and then we'll go for the bend. So it's like this. That's the preferred way. We also have this way, which might make some more sense to those of you that have gone for perhaps minor pentatonic position 1. This would be at the 7th fret position. It's the same notes as here. Same bend that some of you may have done before, but let's try this sliding all on string 3, because this slide is going to be a really cool technique to get down if we can. The way we're playing this will keep in tune with the original recording, but on the original recording they are tuned down a couple of steps, so if you look at tab for this you may see it at different notes and that kind of thing. The way we're playing it, we don't need to retune our guitars, and these will be the frets just to jam along to the original recording right away. So this is starting at fret 4, all on string 3. Everything is just picking string 3. Slide without picking again to fret 7, and then put 3rd finger down on fret 9. 3 notes. 1, 2 is the slide, and then 3. Now I'm going to actually change the settings on my Boss Katana to be a bit more grunge, a little bit more overdrive, and to do that I'm going to go on the lead setting. So I've gone from crunch to lead because this is a solo, and that just gives us a little bit more gain. I don't need to change anything else on the amplifier because that is already giving us plenty of overdrive, of fuzz, but also the most important thing is sustain. Actually, when we slide from fret 4 to fret 3, we want it still to ring out. And if it's really, really clean, like if I'm on the clean setting, the note dies down. The note's not as powerful on its own. So we want to be on the lead setting or something, or just turn the gain up on your amplifier so that we have plenty of overdrive. So we do these 3 notes 3 times. Join in with me in 2, 3, 4. Pick, slide to 7th fret, 3rd finger goes down at 9th fret. Same again, 3, 4, pick, slide to 7th fret, have your eyes at the 7th fret, boom, there we go. 3rd finger goes down, same again. Now, if that second fret note isn't ringing out, you can pick it again, but just try and pick it when you arrive there. When we played that 3 times, we then do this bend, but we have to then put the middle finger down, put the first finger down, thumb over the top, and push up with the wrist, not the fingers. Push up like this. And then it's unbent, same note but unbent, to first finger. In total, 2, 3, 4. Same again, 2, 3, 4. Let's play that along to some chords now, which I will record using my looper pedal. We're going to start off at 50% tempo, and I'm just going to play the chords E minor and D to keep everything in tune and in standard tuning. But before we do that, an optional extra would be to add a couple of effects, such as a reverb. So my guitar without reverb. With reverb, we sort of get this, you know, this sound of a space. It sounds like we're in a large room, a hall, or a cathedral. It gives that shimmer to it and sounds really good with these kind of lead lines. The other effect that's on there is a chorus, which I can also add on the Boss Katana. That sounds like this. It's a little bit subtle. Let me make it kind of crazy. Hear that wobble? It sounds like a Dalek or something. That's an extreme version of the chorus. We calm it down a little bit, it sounds like that. And there's some optional extras with this song. Let's start off by playing along to this at 50% of the original BPM. Ready on string 3, and join in with me in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully that's something that you can do. Now let's go for 75% of this, and remember you can create this if you have a looper pedal. Also, I'll link in the description below to my how to use a looper pedal, so you can do this kind of thing yourself. Really pay attention to that tuning when you're bending the string up. It needs to be in tune. Okay, that's what we're looking for, so keep that in mind. And also, if you're struggling with the slide at all, this slide is not easy, and therefore if that's too difficult for you or you don't like the slide, we can go for this note at the 9th fret, 7th fret, 9th fret. As I showed earlier in the video. That keeps everything in one position. It means we don't need the slide. That is an option as well. Whichever option you want to go for, join in with me in 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's our solo for day 3 of this 10-day guitar challenge. The string bending, if it's new to you, is not easy. Give it time. The other thing that we can do, just if string bending isn't happening at all, is just slide 2 frets from the 9th fret to the 11th fret instead of doing the bend up. If the bend up just isn't happening and you're just not happy doing that, please just do a slide by 2 frets. If it's a 2 fret bend, do a 2 fret slide instead. But string bending is one of those techniques we want to get down. If you want more help with that, my lead guitar syllabus, which is a premium syllabus at andyguitar.co.uk, would be my recommendation for you. It's got loads of other exercises to help you with this kind of thing. But I really hope to see you in day 4, where we're going to be looking at another major scale lead line and also playing along to another fantastic song. I hope to see you there, guys. Take care. Bye for now.